went okay. It went okay, regardless of how I feel, which it's like when you cough out a lung, and then you cough out another one, and then you run out of lungs to cough out. Anyway, what's in the background? 7500 OBO from Tim McGraw on Go Country 105. Just in case YouTube decides to cancel my music. Don't do it! Just don't do it, man! Anyway, some of you guys may remember this awesome poster that I made a while ago with some of the awesome things that I did. Well, I've made an updated version of this, and it's going to be pretty good for live streams, and it's going to go in the back of most of the live streams that I will do going forward, because you can't really go where you want to go and forget about the people who got you there. And these are just some of the YouTube channels. Again, there's a lot more. And if you checked out the wall, the new feature on YouTube, that there's a wall basically, just like on Instagram and all the Facebook and all that, there's a wall on YouTube that you can check out now. And on there, I discuss all the amazing YouTube channels that I follow. So if you want to take a look at that, I'm sure you don't, but if you do, you could just take a look at that. But anyway, just trying to make up some lost time, because again, as I said before, as good as my acting is, obviously I would get the Belinda Award, because who cares about the Oscars? Someday I'll win the Belinda. Anyway, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I made a video about that a while ago. Just type it into the search and that Pesky Marker Reviews, the Belinda Award. Anyway, forget about it. We're back, and the reason why I've been taking so long to read this out is because I want you to go out and buy it. If I just read it all out, then there'd be nothing there for you to read in the book. So where did we get to? We got to, let's see here, page 18. So we're gonna put the music down a little bit. I love Tim McGraw, but this is about Ao Mei, or O Mei Runcheng. And it's what happens if you do it wrong. It turns into Ao Mei, right? Because you can ow. But if you do it properly, it's O Mei. O Mei. Anyway, don't laugh too hard. Don't laugh too hard. So, the influence of Taoism in Wing Chun. It is not the fastest nor the strongest that will always prevail. Instead, the one that is most adaptive to change and half a step ahead often comes out victorious. One learns to change with nature by harnessing the Tao. The Tao, or the Tao, is the hidden sea consisting of unseen or mystical energies found in nature from which all things are derived. From a singular source, it changes into 10,000 forms, amalgamating, crystallizing, dissolving back to its original source. What we see today in MMA is a reflection of the past, the complex amalgamation of striking, grappling, kicking styles that also previously existed in Ome monasteries. So we've got a nice picture over here. It's beautiful, isn't it? There we go, very peaceful. I love peacefulness because there's enough of that garbage and violence everywhere else. So from time to time, it's nice to take a look at something like this and go, I feel peaceful now. The Ome monasteries are located in the Sichuan province, an awesome province where they make amazing spicy food, if you didn't know. But anyway, on Ome Mountain, one of China's 5 famous mountains, they were founded by a group of peaceful, wise, and open-hearted Taoist monks prior to the establishment of the Qin dynasty. So the Tao is the foundation of Ome Wincheng. The symbol of Taoism, or Taoism, is represented by the yin-yang diagram, which represents the ever-changing aspect of nature. From big to small movements, heavy to light touches, or the visually slow to lightning fast, which 1-inch punches. So yeah, there's a whole spectrum of movements, obviously, in the martial arts world. But anyway, if you wanted to check out some of what I just read, you could just check it out there in your own time. And then we'll move to the next page. So the changing elements. And it just described the diagram. And here it is. The Taoist diagram. Cool. So, as I said before, the changing elements of the Tao and the philosophical reification of these elements take on the following formal hidden elements: seemingly engaged but being detached, appearing to be vulnerable but being invulnerable, appearing to be neutral but always seeking irregular openings, appearing to be relaxed but internally explosive. And that's important, right? When you're performing martial arts or when you're sparring, there may be internal tension that you don't see that then explodes during combat. So a lot of that is hidden, right? Which is why it's so hard to teach. And in some cases, some teachers will just give up because the students just, cannot grasp the concept. They just very mechanically and stiffly go through the motions, but they just don't understand what's going on within, and so they get stuck. Anyway, when we watch a competition between martial artists, we only see what appears before our eyes. However, we do not see the other half of the game that lies beneath the surface. What I just explained a moment ago. It's like I'd read it before. Which I haven't, but yeah, it's okay because I went to lessons and I learned things during lessons. Or anyway, my subconscious learned things that my brain couldn't understand. So there you go. This is similar to how we see a boat sinking, but do not see what created the hole that made the boat sink. These invisible and internal aspects of Taoism are what some call internal style Kung Fu. It includes 1, Qigong, and sensitivity, awareness guide, manipulation, which follows the other party's constant, changing interaction while bewildering the eyes. These Taoist tools help a martial artist deal and adapt to infinite styles and situations encountered in daily life, leading the martial artist to higher physical and spiritual path. And you can notice this, that, if you do spend the time to learn martial arts, it kind of seeps in or, becomes part of every part of your daily life. You can use it when you're cooking. You can use it while walking down the street, when you trip over something. The acquired balance and the ability to adapt to situations and your heightened senses will come in handy. And in some cases, reduce your chances of risk, Anyway, so let's go on with the next part of the page, but I'm going to show you this awesome picture right there. There you go. So the practitioners at the Ome Kung Fu monasteries practiced Taoism long before Buddhism was introduced. Ome was well known for its large population of female nuns. However, even though many fictional books and modern movies have portrayed Ome as all-female monasteries, men and women coexisted at most Ome monasteries. And that's very interesting. Not everybody knows about this stuff, but it's nice to learn new things, right? And we can always learn new things when we use books such as these. So that's why it's worth taking a look at this stuff, because it kind of debunks a lot of the stuff that the old movies or the new, more fake movies depict when it comes to martial arts. It's quite a controversial book, which is why it's on the channel. And a lot of people are a little bit afraid. They're afraid of what lies within this book. Anyway, because Omei Mountain was located at the crossroads between Wudang Mountain, Shanxi Mountain, Northern Shaolin, Changlan Mountain, and Wao Mountain, the Aomei monasteries received many visitors and travelers. As a result, many cultural exchanges took place between these visitors and the residents of Aomei monasteries, and the monasteries accumulated a vast body of knowledge. Consequently, the Aomei monasteries contained the largest medical and religious libraries, as well as one of the largest collections of Kung Fu techniques history during the time period. Eventually, through the admixture and experimentation of the knowledge from these libraries, a more suitable notoric form of Kung Fu emerged from the Aomei Mountain. So, let me just show you guys these pictures again real quick. There you go. There's one, and there is the other. You guys can stop the video and take a look at that in your own time, since nobody's watching on YouTube. Fake stats. Trigger alert, fake stats. Anyway. Should have brought my other stuff. Anyway, there were two major branches of Kung Fu that had a particularly strong influence on Wing Chun. These branches are renowned, and recognized around the world even today. The first is Taoism Wudang. Kung Fu, its style of Kung Fu is based on Taoism and the teachings of Lao Tzu. The second is Shaolin Kung Fu. It is based on Buddhism and the teachings of the Bodhidharma. Since the Aomei monasteries are located between these two monasteries, it is often acted as a melting pot for the martial artists and arts, ideas, techniques, and philosophy that came from these branches. So it's very important that when people travel, when people communicate, when people congregate together after having toured the world, they're able to learn more things, and therefore it becomes a melting pot of ideas. And once you experiment with these ideas, you're able to reach new heights and new levels. So that's why it's important to travel. Some cases, in my case, I've traveled too much, and so therefore I'm tired, but yeah, I spent most of my youth traveling. My days of traveling hopefully will be over soon. But anyway, there we are. We have reached now page 24 and 25, and we will continue on reading this riveting book. But anyway, take care, guys. Hopefully you guys have by now gone and bought this amazing book. If not, I highly recommend it. Eventually I will finish reading it for you guys, but in the meantime, if you are anxious to learn more quickly, you can just go and get it. It's on Amazon. I've been told. Little Bird, it wasn't a Twitter, told me that it's on Amazon and that it's going fast. So if you want to get your copy, you better hurry up. Anyway, have a fantastic day. Hopefully you won't be coughing out a lung like I have been. There you go. You can't make that stuff up. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one.